I was a Michigan. I played college tennis in Southern Illinois. Then I went to Western Illinois, got my master's, and went to the GA there. And then I went to Michigan State as the assistant for a couple of years there.
Got it.
And then I came here for what was going to be 2 to 4 years, and then kind of move on. I love the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But this turned out to be an awesome place, and
so it seems like it.
This is year 17, I think, for me now here.
Wow.
And we've just been building and building and building and building. People told me, like, this is the place where coaches go to die at Cleveland State. And
really?
I was like, I didn't know any better. And
really? Who told you that
here.
Originally?
Like, when I was asking around, should I go take this job, or should I sit at Michigan State with that on my resume and then, look for something a little bigger and better? But I wanted to be head coach, and I wasn't making any money there. So I tried it out, and then we had 6 outdoor courts right here in the same location that are gone now. But we had very little scholarship money, very little budget, but we've been like fundraising and building little by little. And the better we've done, the more they've been supportive, little by little, nothing all at once,
Yeah.
And so it's come a long, long, long way. We were probably one of the worst teams in Division I when we started, and now I feel like when we're healthy and have a good lineup, it could be in that 50 to 75 range in the country. And won our conference 6 times now, got to the national tournament 6 times.
There you go.
And we're favored to win it again this year. We'll see what happens with that.
Where do you see this program going?
Well,
next, let's say 5-year plan from starting now.
Yeah.
What have you accomplished?
I would like to have locker rooms outside this building, number one. So that's in terms of fundraising. I'd like to do that. But, I would like if the men could get into that 50 to 75 range and be there. Yeah. Like, that would be a great step for us if we could consistently hold that level. But it's difficult, like the players I want, everyone else wants too. So it's not
hard.
Easy. Yeah, but I like to try to recruit American players. First.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I don't love my international players just the same, but I try to do that, and doing that and having that kind of as one of my things I try to do. It's tough.
What's your ratio right now of Americans to international?
I think I have 3 international kids. I have an Australian guy, a guy from Switzerland, and a guy from Sweden.
Okay, very nice.
So I have 5 and 3.
Okay.
And I would say,
what's the max you ever take on a roster?
I try to keep it at 8, but I'll go to 10 sometimes.
Depending on what exactly?
Yeah, well, usually the year before, if I had a lot of injuries and I get a little scared of 8, then I try to all right, I need another body here, at least for that could fill a space and help us out. Yeah. But 8's my perfect number. I think 9 and 10, it's hard to keep them happy in the lineup, so we try to keep it with 8.
How do you pitch someone on Cleveland State? Because this is probably the toughest question that people get from you, right?
It's easy once they get here. The school is cool. We're in an awesome part of downtown. We're in a big city, which I think more and more people seem to be wanting.
Most people, yeah.
Yeah, there's...
Especially undergrad and grad, this is like a good city to be in.
It's great. Look, they can walk to the theater district, to the Indians, the Browns, the Cavs, like the nightlife downtown. It's a free trolley ride to the subway that can get you to and from the airport, which is only 10 miles away. There's so many good things, and then now we own our own indoor facility. Like, there's Big Ten teams that don't have 6-court indoor facilities, or even a team. Some of the Big Ten teams. Yeah. And so we have that. We have a city school where there's a chance for internships and externships and job shadows, and we get a lot of pre-med people that want to be connected with the Cleveland Clinic. Yeah. So I think it's a really good sell when they get here and they see the facility and they see the school and the team. I think it's an easy sell to get people here. But some people like you yourself, they didn't know much about Cleveland State.
I was so close in undergrad. I went to Xavier University, and I went to school in Cincinnati, and you hear about Cleveland and you hear like the reputation it might have, and it's just very different from what you come to see, because this is a whole nother level.
Right. Like, how much would Xavier or whoever want something like this?
Xavier could never. No offense to my alma mater, but there's no way in hell we're getting this kind of facility. Right. Like, how'd you persuade them to go? We need this.
Well, we had a donor recognized.
There you go.
And he was a tennis guy.
Fantastic.
And he was the CEO of a major company.
Okay.
And it's Ohio Insurance, and one of their things is to keep people healthy, so have something that the community can use. So we've used this for community service. It's open to the public after hours.
Oh, really?
We're done using it.
Nice.
We shut off our practice time, and then people can pay to play in here when we're not in here.
Okay.
And
wow.
And so I spoke to the president of the university and said, I think this person might be the guy who could put a roof over our courts.
Literally.
And I thought I would never hear anything more from the president at that point. And
really,
and if I was the president, maybe I'd take my $1.4 million and I'd create a scholarship endowment in my name or something. Like I don't know if it would go to tennis, but he was happy to let the money go where the donor wanted it to go.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And really, I initiated the conversation with the president, but he took it and ran with it, which was awesome. And I feel special in that regard that worked out for me. But yeah, that's how this ended up here. And they let me be a part of every part of it, designing it, building it.
Really, just all inclusive kind of.
I got to be in every bit of it. And
what's your most proud part of this facility?
I don't know, like
there's a lot to look at too, because you got the logo, you got the whole line of players, the scoreboard even is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's I think my proudest moment is when I'll come here before a tournament. Maybe I'm setting up before the day has started, and I just sit in here and it's totally empty, and I'm like, whoa,
it's just surreal.
This happened, like I always felt like we were one phone call away from making it happen, but that could never. Some of those phone calls never happen, and so I think just the fact that it's here, and also we got some indoor amenities down there, like restrooms and stuff inside the bubble, which and the scoreboard and everything, that make it like unique. People don't realize they're in a bubble, and it's like probably the highest bubble you've ever been in. We've never had a light come into play. Like it's
because oh my God, that's actually
there's things. So because we have room for the bleachers, the bubble had to be longer, which means it also had to be higher. And if you notice, like the center is not really lined up with the nets, but you don't really notice it because it's so big. But it's a little,
I wouldn't look up and go, that's not center.
You wouldn't feel it.
You wouldn't feel it.
So I think just the fact that it's here, like those, the people up there, our posters of the players just came. This is the first week they've been here, and so that's something we've added.
Really.
And the scoreboard came after from another donor, from one of my players' parents, and
must be nice.
So yeah, it's nice, and I don't know. I just think that it can be done. I feel like tennis can survive, but you got to have also coaches that want to fundraise too and stick around somewhere.
What do you think the state of tennis is in Cleveland as a whole?
Cleveland's always been a really good tennis town. Like even back in the day,
I'm surprised by it actually.
They had the Davis Cup here one year.
Yeah.
Arthur Ashe played here, and
they had pro tournaments before.
And one of those pro tournament rounds failed because they built the courts right on the lake and it was too windy. But
good.
Those courts are gone now. But I think as a whole, the city, we got a good D1 team here for college. We got a good D3 team here for college in case, and we got a lot of good indoor facilities with good teaching pros in the area. So I think any of the big cities have the chance to be good in tennis, and I think that Cleveland
is a tennis town, and that's surprising.
Yeah.
To a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. And tennis seems to be dying a little bit in the United States everywhere.
Well, that's what I'm trying to bring back up.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
And that's warming up, right?
That's what this is our very strict and stringent warm up.
It's funny.
But like this stuff, it's good when you see a team come out here and they want to do stuff together, even if it's screwing around a little bit. Yeah,
that's what you want though.
Yeah.
And this is the kid that played the pro tournament, right?
That's right. This is Nico Mostardi there.
Yeah.
He's currently ranked 113 in the country in singles.
For college. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's beaten, I think his best win so far is about number 800 in the world in his little ventures into pro tennis, and he hasn't really fully committed to doing it, but I think he's going to after college.
How would do you encourage your players to go pro?
Like I try to make this program be a place where if you want to do that, you can do that. And
okay.
Like from here, these guys have, besides our college, I believe in playing college tennis too. When you're in college, play college tennis. If you want to do some stuff extra on the side,
that's fine.
Great, but I believe in playing college. Like we went to
you
All-Americans.
You go college first and then pro?
Yeah. Like, okay. Like if you want to do it while you're playing college, great. But it's in addition to college. Like the teams that are taking their players to pro tournaments and stuff as their college dates. I'm not sure that's really in the
so JJ Wolf kind of thing, or
if he plays all his matches, I don't know. I don't want to say anything about other coaches doing their thing too. Maybe it's right for them, but I feel like college tennis is for college tennis. And so we took him to the Oracle Masters, and that's just as good as any pro tournament.
Yeah.
The All-Americans, that's just as good as any pro tournament.
Yeah, and good veterans too. Just good competition.
So but they come here and they have there's a pro tournament in. There's a challenger here, and there's one in Columbus, and there's a pro tournament in Toronto, and there's one in Niagara, and
it's very convenient.
There's within 5 hours of here, there's a bunch of pro tournaments they can play in the fall if they want to. In addition, we haven't really done that as a team because for us, the whole team doesn't. I don't have as much staff as other people, and the whole team can't get into those things. So,
is it just you as the coach, or do you have an assistant?
So right now, I coached men and women for 16 years, and this is the first year Frank has been officially.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
The head coach of the women, and so he was the associate head coach, and now he's the head coach of the women, I'm the head coach of the men, and we both have some part-time or free help. And right now out there, Victoria Benson is helping out with the women. I don't see her. She's one of my former players on the gray shirt over there. And Chase Thomas.
Gray shirt?
Yeah, and Chase Thomas from where you were at the pro tournament helps us out here.
Oh, yeah.
He comes early and does some individuals with the guys, and he travels with us when he can. But that's another place that I want to get the program to is, I need more paid assistants and more help. I'll take it. But there's always help around, which is good.
So I just started volunteering as an assistant coach for Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. And
it's cool.
And I was just wondering for advice of when you first start coaching and people that are trying to get into college coaching for tennis, what do you look for? What's like the first thing you do as like seeing, because I'm still young, I'm 23 years old, I'm coaching kids that are 20, 21, and I just graduated last year. How do you coach someone that's not that much younger than you?
Right, and it's difficult at first. Like, I'm telling you, even when
it's very intimidating.
I started here at 27, thinking I knew what I was doing, and I look back like I don't know. The kids are almost my age, and when I was a grad assistant, they were my age, and it's hard. I think first like setting some proper boundaries and making sure you're the coach, and there's certain things you don't do with the kids that kind of give you a little space and the ability to be able to coach them a little better. Yeah. And then I think like learning from the kids and learning from whoever you're teaching with and listening to them, like the game changes so quickly, and I think that's one of the big ones. But that's exactly what I did. Was just I tried to go somewhere where I could learn. And Michigan State, when I was there, it was a lot. Yeah. I did a lot of learning. He let me do things and try things, which is great. If you find a boss who lets you try things and say the worst that could happen is it doesn't work and we do something different is great. But that's what I look for here. Like someone can come here and teach for money here and make money while they're getting to be a coach, It's pretty cool.
What's the best memory that you've had at Cleveland State so far?
Here, walk with me. I'm going to give them some scouting reports to write. The very first conference championship we had was awesome. Yeah. And then, each one of those are special, but I think it might sound cliche, but I'm like kind of the relationships you make with the players and seeing them after the fact when they come back later is really, really cool for me. But that championship was awesome. And then our last one we just had, because we hadn't won it in a couple of years, and then we came back and won it again.
Of course.
That was a pretty sweet one too. The moments where you can jump around up and down like a child and celebrate.
Or you can act like a kid again.
Yeah, you don't get that in any other job. And so whenever I think about whether I'm going to do this forever or not, because you don't get rich doing this, and I have a family and a 7-year-old child who I don't get to see as much as I'd like to.
The sacrifices you have to make.
Yeah, like you think about the good things, like when you get to go home. You get to win, you get to win something and work as a team together with something. Yeah. Like it helps with some of those moments where you might be missing out on something. Yeah.
And wow. You never really think about it like that when you start doing this.
It's been especially tough since I've had a child.
How much time do you think you spend away from home?
A lot, but not as much as some of the bigger teams probably.
Yeah, true.
They have help,
and they have side jobs as well. They have people that can just travel with them if you need to go home. Right, stuff like that. You have to do everything.
Right. So, this last weekend in Philly was awesome. Yeah. But it was a long weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't see my kid's soccer game for the third week in a row.
Yeah, it's tough stuff like that you can't really. So Brian, I really appreciate it. Do you mind if I just stick around?